DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Some people are saying to me, Dre, why don't you do videos on the balcony anymore? I haven't done it in a while, but we'll see how this goes. And the sun is kind of behind me, so the lighting ain't as perfect as I want it to be. And you got the ambient noise, but we'll see how this works. Y'all like this? Maybe I'll do more like this. But today's daily motivation is you cannot exist in discomfort. I got a whole podcast episode coming on this where I expound on this for about 30 minutes, but I'm gonna give you a couple minutes version, quick version of it. And this concept is all based on the idea that anything that we are really uncomfortable with, truly uncomfortable with, that we truly see as unacceptable, we cannot allow ourselves to continue to exist in that space because we have to do something to change the circumstance. What I mean by this is, the thing about human beings is that we are incredibly adaptable. We can pretty much adapt to any circumstance. Put somebody in an environment where it's really cold, they get used to it. Put somebody in an environment where it's tropical and hot, they get used to it. Anything that could change about your current circumstance, you can probably get used to the change, whatever that change happens to be. However, any area in which we are truly uncomfortable, meaning we truly cannot accept the circumstance around us, we cannot stay there, and we can't eat, we can't sleep, we can't rest, we can't go do other things until we change that situation, whatever it happens to be. So some of you may have heard the old analogy of a frog getting put into boiling water. If you drop a frog into boiling water, it'll jump out because the water is too hot. But if you put it in room temperature water and slowly bring the water to a boil, then the frog will just sit there because it doesn't notice that the water is slowly getting hotter, and eventually the frog will basically get cooked to its own death because it doesn't realize that slowly the temperature is getting warmer. This is what happens with a lot of human beings, is that if you put us in a situation that's completely crazy immediately, like an immediate change, we're like, no, we can't do that, and we immediately get out of there. But if the situation slowly gets worse over the course of weeks and months and years, we don't realize it as acutely, and we allow the situation to slowly get worse until we don't even realize that, damn, we're in the exact situation that we would have jumped out of had it happened immediately. But since it took 10 years for it to happen, we're in the same circumstance, but we didn't realize it. Therefore, we never get out of the situation. This happens with a lot of people when it comes to your health, when it comes to your finances, your success, when it comes to your mindset, your relationships, everything that we're doing. We slowly let it get worse, not realizing that we are gradually boiling in the water the same way that the frog is. So we have to have, this is the reason why we need to have standards and baselines about what is acceptable and what is not acceptable for us, and always be vigilant about what those standards and baselines are. And anytime anything gets close to that baseline, gets close to hitting against that line that is not supposed to be crossed, we have to be ready and willing and able to do something about it. Challenge for many people is they don't have those baselines, so they slowly, again, like that frog boiling in the water, get into a worse and worse and worse situation until we get to the point where we realize or don't realize that the situation has gotten so bad. And now we, in our minds, decide maybe it's too late to do anything about it, or now I'm powerless to do anything about it, or I don't have the resources to do anything about it. And that's a tragedy in life, is how many people end up in perpetual mediocrity or worse, failure, which is kind of the same thing. So with all that said, that's a food for thought for you to move on here. Again, I got a whole podcast episode coming on this exact subject, so look out for that. It'll be here on YouTube as well, and also on the podcast feeds if you listen to the audio version. So make sure you are texting me so you're getting the daily motivation I send out for free every day. Actually, I don't send it out for free every day. I send the Monday motivation out for free every week. The daily motivation I do send out every day is $2 a month if you want to get it. Either way, join my text community completely for free. My number is 305-384-6894. Is down in the description. And Work on Your Game University. That's the place I do all my coaching. You want to work with me directly, that's the only place to do it. WorkOnYourGameUniversity.com. Link down below. Hit the subscribe button so you get notified every new video we drop here on YouTube. Work on your game. Dre, all